and welcome back to my channel with a new video. This is Nora and that's my cat Sushi right there taking her bath yet again. That's like my second time filming this video. The first time I didn't feel like I was conveying my feelings as I wanted, so I'm redoing this video. Hopefully it's gonna be better this time. Yes, my dad passed away almost, I think it's 4 months ago now. I think it's exactly 4 months ago. And he passed away because of COVID. If you haven't watched the video that I've made about my dad 2-3 months ago, please watch it. I'll put the link down below. If you don't want to watch it, it's fine. But this video is gonna be about the phases that people go through when someone really close to them passes away. I know it's a very hard process. I've been through it myself, so that's why I thought of doing this video. Maybe someone could benefit from this, at least know what they are dealing with and they're not alone in this. Everyone feels that way, everyone goes through that. And yeah, I wanted to showcase this in this video. I really hope it helps at least one person. If it helps just one person, I'm fine. Usually I've heard that someone really close to them dies, they go through 4 or 5 main phases. If you don't go through one of those phases, it's fine. It's not like a rule that everyone should go through these phases. It's usually a sample, a template. Not everyone goes through that. I think I went through almost each one of them, which is kind of weird now looking back at it. But usually people go through denial. I'm gonna put the little, it's not table, but the little graphic if you want to look at it, or if you want to pause too. So usually it's denial, anger, then bargaining, then depression, really sadness, and then acceptance. So your main goal is to accept what happened. I'm still working on this still. I'm still working to get to full acceptance. Sometimes I accept it, sometimes it's hard for me. So I'm still working on that. I'm still in the process. I'm not fully recovered. 4 months, I don't think you should be able to recover fully if it's someone really close. Some people I've heard they take a year or 2 even. Some people take years. If you take years and you're stuck in one of those phases, especially, usually people get stuck in the bargaining, depression phase. If you feel yourself stuck in those 2 phases and you feel like you have no point in living anymore and it's just leading to depression, please seek a therapist. I'm not a therapist here. Please seek one. They will help you to obtain that acceptance and move on with your life. They will help you in their own way. I'm not here as a therapist. I'm just telling you what you might expect and not feel like you're alone in this. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I went through, and maybe you're gonna relate to that or maybe not, but I'm gonna tell you what I went through and how it went for me. So if you don't know, I was in New York. Then I planned to go to visit my dad because he started to be sicker and sicker for some reason. He was fine, and the last week he just deteriorated. Not sure like what happened at the end, but his health just went downhill the last week. And I booked the soonest ticket to get there. Literally the day that I traveled, I was in the airplane. Apparently he died while I was in the airplane going to Lebanon, and then when I landed in the airport, I get the news that my dad passed away. My mom told me that, and that's when I was in total shock mode. Of course, if you were very shocked, it's normal. You got really bad news. I kept denying it and denying it in my head. I did not cry actually. When I got the news, I did not cry for at least like half an hour almost. It's more like I didn't know how to take it in. I didn't know how to take in the news. I was wondering in my head if it's true or not. It felt like a very bad nightmare. Like this is not happening, and I kept telling And I kept saying this in my head, that this is not happening, it's not my dad who passed away. Kept questioning it. I kept saying maybe I'm dreaming, maybe this is a nightmare. And that's why I did not really cry till after half an hour or an hour, till I got home. When I got home, if you don't know, Muslims, when someone dies, a lot of people go to the person who died, go to their place, so to his family, and the family of the person that died usually offer them food. We offer them food, tea, coffee. You can go buy them food, and usually the picture of the person that died will be put in the home, and Quran will be in the background. So that's the typical mood of how it is in the place of the person that died. I get home and I see all that. I see people, I hear the Quran, I see my dad's picture everywhere, and that's when it hit me. When I saw everything, it didn't feel like a dream anymore. It just hit me. It's real. So that's when I started crying, actually. I don't think I stopped crying till I went to bed. Yes, I was, of course, I was really sad. I don't think the denial phase, it comes and goes. Sometimes the first month, it was mostly trying to not believe it, but it's true. And then I get into this phase of anger. I blamed a lot of people around me. I blamed myself for not being able to come on time before he passed away. I blamed myself for not being able to say goodbye. I blamed the country. I blamed the government for not bringing the vaccine before he passed away. Compared to other countries, our country did not bring the vaccine to doctors really soon. It was actually really late compared to other countries. I blame the people for partying, and I blame the government for opening up the country in a very bad time. If you don't know, our lovely government opened up the country in December, and all the people started partying in New Year's and in Christmas. They didn't give a shit. And that's when the outbreak happened. And that's when my dad got sick. I blamed a lot of people. I was angry at a lot of people. And I'm still a bit angry at the people who didn't give a shit and went to parties. It really cuts through you, because a lot of people don't give a shit about you or your parents, and all they care about is their social life. And it really pisses me off when you see that on Instagram and Facebook, while your dad is dead, basically, and they're still partying while the pandemic is going wild there. It really, really rubs me the wrong way. I'm trying to move on with that. But yeah, I was way angrier at the time. I was blaming everyone for this, because that, in my mind, that shouldn't have happened. This is not, in my mind, it wasn't his time. Of course it was his time, it was his fate, but in my head I was just angry at the world. After that, I remember the same day when I got home, I went to take a nap, because I had a very, very long flight. If you don't know, the flight from US to Lebanon is a very long, tiring flight. And my stupid ass doesn't sleep in airplanes. I don't know why, but I can't sleep. So it's almost 2 full days of not sleeping, and it's very tiring for me. I have motion sickness from airplanes. I get anxiety, so I was pretty tired at the time, and I couldn't but take a nap. I went to sleep, and I wake up and thinking that was only a nightmare. In my head, I was like, I had the worst nightmare, and then I remember that wasn't a nightmare. It was all real. So I think that happened throughout the whole month. Every time I went to sleep, I would wake up thinking it was a nightmare. I think that happens when you don't fully grasp the harsh reality. I think the reality is way worse, and it's too painful for you to take in. So every time you go to sleep, your mind just numbs it, and then you wake up and you want to believe it's not true. So you tell yourself it's only a nightmare, and you regain your memories and see that your dad isn't around, and that's when it hits you back again. So that happened for the whole month. Also, my sleep was all over the place. I would sleep at like 12:01, then wake up at like 3-4 and lay down for 3 hours, not being able to sleep. Sometimes I would cry, sometimes I would just contemplate life, sometimes I would think back of the good memories with my dad, sometimes I would try to reach out to people. And that's the third phase, when you start reaching out to people, start contemplating life and what is really true, what is happening, and trying to figure out the meaning of life, basically. So that hits them in that phase. And of course, it's gonna hit you once someone really close dies. Because it never really hit you that close before. You just know there is death, but you don't realize how close it is, and you don't realize it's gonna happen to you till someone really close to you dies. Or if you had a very close to death experience, that also might happen to you. That you feel there's no point in life anymore, there's no point in moving on anymore, there's no point in living anymore. For me, again, that did not happen to me. I did not think that, but I've heard a lot of people going through that phase that they don't find a meaning in life. Some people actually start searching for maybe a new religion, or maybe they're atheists and want to have hope in life, so they start searching for a religion that really resonates with them. Be aware of just going into that hole of just what's the point of life. Don't go into that dark hole. A lot of people get stuck in it and they don't know how to get out from it, and that's when the depression and the sadness comes in. When you realize there's no point in life, everyone's gonna die, blah blah blah, you get into really bad depression. For me, I got really sad because my dad died, not because I realized there's no point in life. In my mind, there is a point in life. When I saw the people that my dad knew and how they cried over him, I saw how many grown-ass people were crying over my dad. They were men, like, with muscles and mustaches. They were grown-ass men crying over him. And it made me realize how many people loved him, and how, as people, we should leave our mark on the world. The only thing we can do is just leave a mark in the world before passing away. I think how you will be remembered is everything. That's how you should live your life, not about thinking about hurting other people. People won't remember you if you hurt other people. They won't remember you. They won't really care if you passed away or not. You will be forgotten easily. But if you are a good person, that's all that matters. Even if you pass away, I think if I passed away knowing that I did so many good things to the world, I think I will pass away in peace, to be honest. Maybe in that phase you will know what's your true purpose in the world. A lot of people figure out their purpose, and a lot of people change after that experience. A lot of people will look at life very, very differently. I for sure do. And yeah, of course, you're gonna realize that cliche that life is short, blah, 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 that you need to do something before passing away. Yes, I went. Now it's mostly for me, it's waves of sadness. Sometimes to just remember my dad, because I used to talk to him on the phone every day almost, and now when I want to share good news, I remember that he's not here anymore. So it just sometimes I get triggered, let's say that, but I try to move on. It's now easier to accept it. The only thing that I can tell you, that please surround yourself with family. Family will help you tremendously. If you're not with family, try to go to them, fly to them if you can. they will help because they're going through the same thing. If they're also family, like the person that died is family, your family will also most probably go through the same thing. So try to support each other, don't bring each other down, try to be there for the other person. Me staying in Lebanon for the first 2 months really helped. I stayed with my mom. I think she really needed me and I really needed her, and we went through it, I think, way better than a lot of people because we had each other. And the last thing I think I want to say, that if you think you're ready for this experience, I don't think anyone can be ready for this. Even if that person was in a coma for a year or two and you're expecting his death at some point, I don't think you are fully ready, mentally ready for this. Once that person is gone, that person is gone. Even if they were in coma, you will miss them. You will somehow at some point go through those stages, maybe if not all of them, maybe one or two. You're gonna still go through some kind of grief. So don't think you can be fully ready for this. I don't think anyone can be fully ready for this. But also what helped me is joking about death. I joke a lot about death anyway. I joke a lot about death now. I don't know why. But I joke around death a lot with people. I think I take it lighter now. I think it makes it it makes it easier to take in if you do that, if you make the subject a lighter subject than it is. Yeah, at least it works for me. I know it's not for everyone to joke about death. Some people will take it very seriously once someone passed away in their family. But for me, I joke about death. I joke about my grave and where I'm gonna be buried and all that, and it makes me laugh. It gives me a good laugh, to be honest. I'm not telling you to joke about death. It's not for everyone, but that's what helped me. I don't know if it's everyone, but yeah, I dream a lot about my dad now. It's almost every day. I wouldn't say every day, but it's very, very often. It's either him driving or eating with us or laying on the bed or something like that. Be happy. It wakes me up in a good mood. Not gonna lie. Only thing I regret as a person, even though there shouldn't be any regrets, that I didn't tell him a lot of things before him passing, like how I'm a person that doesn't get really affectionate with people. I don't like hugs. Unless I want to bother someone with my hug, I'll hug the fuck out of them. But as a serious hugger, as like an affectionate hug, I won't go for a hug. It's very rare that I'm gonna hug someone just to be affectionate. I didn't used to hug him. I wasn't really that affectionate. I don't say I love you that much. I think it's very awkward when I tell my feelings, even to everyone basically. It's not just my parents, even to my best friend. I'm not really that affectionate with her even though she is. So I regret that, not being affectionate with my dad, at least showing him how much I loved him and how much I cared about him. So that's the only thing I regret. If you're that person, try to change your ways, try to tell people around you that you love them, that you're here for them. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about today. I wish that helped you in some way. This is only a phase of grieving. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna get through it. You're gonna accept it at the end. The memories of your loved one will stay. Even if they're not here anymore, the memories will be there. So cherish those memories and keep bringing them up. And every time you bring them up, please keep a smile on your face. I know that your loved one doesn't want to see you cry, doesn't want to see you upset. Remember them with a smile, and that's all you can do, really. This is not something you can change. It's out of your control. Life moves on. Everyone moves on, no matter what. So think about that. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope that helped, and If you like that video, please thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe. A lot of people are not subscribing, I can tell. So please don't forget to subscribe. And my cat says hi, even though she's sleeping. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.